Step into the past with Ageless Chronicles, where history comes alive through rare, untold stories. From forgotten faces to iconic moments, we uncover the secrets of time. Ready to see the world through a different lens? Let's begin. In 1946, a police officer finds a woman for indecent exposure on a New York beach boardwalk. Back then, wearing a bathing suit outside the beach was considered indecent in the city. A young Frenchwoman sits quietly as vengeful neighbors surround her. Accused of being with German soldiers during the war, she faces her punishment. In a village near Marseille, 1945, her head is shaved, a mark of betrayal in the eyes of those who suffered under occupation. A U.S. Army corporal from the 30th Infantry Division stands tall, his uniform crisp, as he poses beside a group of women in stylish two-piece swimsuits. It's 1935 at the California Pacific International Exposition in San Diego's Balboa Park, a moment where duty meets glamour in the golden age of exhibitions. In 1920, near a German university, a group of students plays on a bridge, laughing as they spot their male classmates swimming below. Their rolled high socks, a rising fashion trend of the era, add a stylish touch to this carefree moment frozen in time. In February 1937, an African-American village, founded by descendants of former slaves from the Petway plantation, sits along the Alabama River. The scene is humble yet vibrant, with pieces of meat hanging from tree branches, curing in the cold air as the community continues to build its legacy. In 1955, American actress Jane Mansfield flashes a bright smile as she poses in Central Park with her daughter, Mariska Hargitay, and one of her cherished dogs. The moment captures a glimpse of family warmth amid the hustle of New York City. In 1857, a poor family in rural England struggles to make ends meet during the harsh Victorian era. Their daily life is a testament to resilience in a time of hardship. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to leave a like and comment to support our work, no matter where you are in the world. Around 1898, a boy with his dog-drawn laundry cart stands in front of the Gold Run Hotel in Gold Run Creek, Yukon Territory, Canada. A snapshot of life in the Yukon. In 1937, women take part in a hands-free raspberry pie eating contest in the U.S. Eating contests like this were a popular thrill in the early 20th century. In September 1945, boys in post-war Berlin line up for their ration of porridge, flour and milk, on their school playground in the Charlottenburg district. These rations were provided by British authorities to help the struggling city. In 1927, beauty pageant contestants in swimsuits pose with a prize bull at the livestock exhibition in Vancouver, Canada. The unusual pairing of glamour and livestock highlights the unique charm of the event. Around 1890, a Utah pioneer family embarks on their journey through the American Wild West. With determination and hope, they travel the rugged landscape, a testament to the pioneering spirit of the time. In 1944, during World War II, a group of soldiers from the U.S. Army's 79th Infantry speaks with a young French woman who had lost her family to German soldiers. Her sorrow reflects the devastating toll of the war on countless lives. In 1920, a man tips his hat to a group of ladies outside Buckingham Palace in London, making a charming gesture of chivalry. His respectful salute adds a touch of elegance to the scene. On August 28, 1950, during the Korean War, a U.S. infantry soldier mourns the loss of a friend. As another soldier offers comfort, a paramedic in the background fills out identification tags for the fallen. It's a moment of sorrow and solidarity amid the chaos of war. In 1918, three young women pose for the camera, dressed in their best beach attire for a sunny day in Los Angeles, California. Their vintage style captures the carefree spirit of a weekend by the sea. In 1944, soldiers from the Brazilian Expeditionary Force are warmly greeted by residents of Massarosa, an Italian city, during World War II. The moment symbolizes the bond formed between the soldiers and the local people in the midst of the conflict. During World War II, two German Wehrmacht soldiers try to comfort a little Ukrainian girl, holding back her tears after the expulsion of Stalin's forces. Having lost her parents to the Red Army, the soldier on the right gives her his hat, offering a small act of kindness amidst the sorrow. In 1908, men carry tea through the rugged terrain of Sichuansheng in southwest China. Their journey reflects the hard work and tradition of transporting goods in one of the country's most challenging regions. In 1903, a group of native men in traditional attire prepares to cross the Satluj River in the Himalayas. Using floats made from ox hides, sewn together and inflated with air, they navigate the rugged waters of northern India. In 1899, thousands of gold miners fill the streets of Dawson City, Yukon Territory, Canada. The excitement of the gold rush is palpable as hopeful miners flock to the area, searching for their fortune. In 1877, a chimney sweep and his young assistant endure the harsh realities of Victorian England. Their work is grueling as they navigate dangerous, difficult conditions to make a living. In 1931, a Welsh woman demonstrates for the camera how she bathes her husband after a long day in the coal mines. Her care and dedication reflect the tough lives of miners and their families during that era. Italian actress Silvana Mangano, who grew up in poverty during World War II, trained as a dancer and worked as a model. Her beauty and talent earned her the title of Miss Roma in 1946, marking the beginning of her rise to fame. In 1877, a beggar woman in Victorian London is paid to care for a baby on the bustling streets. Her tired eyes tell a story of hardship as she navigates the tough realities of life in 19th century England. In 1904, a German immigrant family arrives at Ellis Island with one daughter and 7 sons. Ellis Island in New York Harbor stands as a symbol of hope and new beginnings for countless immigrants to the United States. In June 1940, 2 sisters run towards their father, who had been injured while serving with the British Expeditionary Force in France during World War II. Their joyful reunion, filled with relief and love, contrasts with the hardships of war. In 1919, a group of Iranian wrestlers stands proudly in their training gear outside the Zurkhaneh, a traditional wrestling gymnasium. This ancient sport, rooted in pre-Islamic Persian culture, remains an important part of Iran's heritage and continues to be practiced today. In May 1917, German soldiers off duty during World War I searched their clothes for lice. Amid the chaos of war, this simple, uncomfortable task reflects the harsh realities soldiers faced beyond the battlefield. In 1926, inhabitants of the St. Kilda Archipelago, a wild and rugged area in the far north of Scotland, go about their daily life. This isolated island, with its harsh landscapes, has been continuously inhabited since prehistoric times. In 1920, a beggar runs alongside the carriage of King George V, cap in hand, desperately seeking alms. The stark contrast between the beggar's plight and the royal procession highlights the deep social divides of the time. In 1875, a couple travels to the market in a cart pulled by 2 dogs in Belgium. The poor animals struggle as the burden seems too heavy for just the 2 of them to bear. In 1904, an Italian immigrant family's home stands in Anarech, Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil. This simple yet sturdy dwelling marks the beginning of a new life for many who settled in the region, seeking opportunity far from their homeland. In January 1910, after months of heavy rain, people cautiously cross a Paris street on a wooden plank. The floodwaters have forced them to navigate the city with care, making this simple act a challenge in the face of nature's power. In 1916, women firefighters in London worked to install a fire escape, showcasing their bravery and skill. Just 2 years later, British women would gain the right to vote, marking a pivotal moment in history. In 1886, tiger hunters in the mountains of the Korean Empire take a break, smoking pipes near the city of Seoul. Their rugged life in the wild is captured in this moment of quiet amidst the hunt. In 1938, women enjoy a playful snowball fight in front of the iconic Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Laughter fills the air as they embrace the winter fun in the heart of the city. In 1890, people relax and enjoy a sunny afternoon along the River Seine in Paris. The city, famous for its charm and landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, remains one of the most recognizable in the world. In 1908, a family in rural Ireland poses for a portrait, surrounded by all their worldly possessions. This simple yet powerful image reflects their life and struggles in a changing world. In 1865, at Quititi Farm in Rio de Janeiro, a striking contrast unfolds. A white child plays with a toy, while barefooted, ragged slaves stand nearby. It's a sorrowful glimpse into Brazil's painful past.